Next session हम start करते हैं and this one is about our week 3 second session. Okay, students, as we have discussed earlier about all these things, like we have discussed just a second. अगर थोड़ा सा नेट का इशू हुआ तो वी हैव टू मैनेज सेकेंड वाली में हम जो है वो नेक्स्ट वाले वीक में इशू नहीं होगा. आई होप सो. आज ज्यादा इशू है. I hope so. इस वाली वीडियो में now. Okay, student, this is what we have studied in the last video, like about this one, about Asian management historical background के point of view से, variations के point of view से, what Adam Smith said about the management overall point of view, industrial revolution के point of view से. This is all we have studied, and major approaches to the management, in which right now we have to study about classical management theories, classical management school of thought, in which scientific management and general administrative theory. This is very important. Right now we have to discuss right now this one. This is what we have already studied. Okay, now when we are talking about managerial approaches, right, our management school of thought. So first one is about what we can say classical management school of thought. In scientific management era, when we are talking about scientific management, administrative, in classical management, we have two school of thought. One is about scientific, another one is about administrative. Now, from scientific management, Frederick Taylor is one of the most important person, and we see Frederick Winston Taylor. He's one of the founder of the what we can say management consultant, or overall, he is also known as the father of management science. So Frederick Taylor was an American merchant engineer who, mechanical engineer who sought to improve the industrial efficiency. His basic efforts related to improve the overall efficiency, industrial efficiency, and he's regarded as the father of scientific management and was one of the first management consultant also. Okay, now what his point of view, what his school of thought, what he wants to say when it's about scientific management concept. Okay, now principles of scientific management as per the Frederick Taylor. To enhance the productive efficiency of each worker, principles to be followed. That is the basic principle. Basic principle जो था Frederick Taylor का, that was about efficiency and productivity by utilizing the efficiency, by utilizing the overall, you can say proficiency and prosperity of the individual. दोनों को इकट्ठे लेके चलना है, ना कि आपने just you are concerned about the productivity. ओके, तो फर्स्ट रूल है, उसको हम थोड़ा डिटेल में देखते हैं, बिकॉज बाकी भी सारे आपके उसी से लिंक करते हैं. साइंस नॉट रूल ऑफ थंब. ट्रेडिशनल मैनेजमेंट डिसीजंस आर बेस्ड ऑन. ओके, basic rule is about science is not the rule of thumb, right? This one is the first principle of what we can say scientific management. That means whenever you have to go for anything, don't go for the traditional management. Decisions are you have to take the decisions that must be based on the opinions, intuition are the rule of thumb. So generally traditional management था आपका, उसमें what we people are used to of. People are used to of decisions based on the opinions, intuitions, and rule of thumb. But as per Taylor, he said that don't go for the rule of thumb, go for the scientific method. And what science said, or what science, the overall, you can say, method, scientific method is the introduction of the method of scientific inquiry into the domain of management practice. So वो कहता है कि don't go for the rule of thumb, you have to go for the scientific method. And Frederick Taylor जो आपको कहता है, the introduction of the method of the scientific inquiry into the domain of management practice. That means you have to go for the scientific inquiry. Taylor believed there is only one best method to maximize the efficiency, and we have to investigate that method. We have to find out that method. Scientific method involved investigation of the traditional method through work study, unifying the best practices and developing a standard method which would be followed throughout the organization. So this is what you have to do when you have to go for scientific method. And scientific method is start with the observation and questions. Research topic area, you have to go for find out what you want to do. Then a hypothesis, you have to find out what are the positive and negative and what will be the overall what we can say pros, cons, and effects on of that experiment. Test with experiment, then you have to go for the experimentation, then analyze the data, and then report the conclusion. So this is what your overall scientific method, कि आपका overall scientific method क्या है, and this is what the first rule of what we can say rule science, not the rule of thumb. This is what the first principle of scientific management. दूसरा principle of management क्या है जी? Principle of scientific management is go for harmony, not discord. That means go for harmony, that is about agreement, not discord, that is about disagreement in the conflicts. That means you have to go for the scientifically train the individual and go for the harmony, right? It's about you have to train the employees. Ensure most efficient way of working are used. Third one is most efficient working that has to be used. And fourth one is divide the work between the manager and workers. That means collectively manager and worker, they have to work. And last one is pay-based result system, pay-based you can say, and efficiency based on the result. So we were on second, harmony, not the discord or disagreement and conflicts. Go for the same what we can say your agreement or argues or what we can say, you have to go for the don't go for the conflicts, cooperations to change the mental attitude, mental revolution, mutual trust and confidence, not individualism. Again, another one is about that means everyone has to participate. Third one, don't go for individualism, go for again mutual trust. This is what I want to say over here also. That means you have to go for the mutual trust, you have to go for the cooperation, right? Don't go for the individualism. Fourth one is maximum output in place of restricted output. So another very important thing is you have to go for the maximum output in place of restricted output. So most of the time what we are used to, अब हम कहते हैं हमें बस इतनी output चाहिए और उसमें हम restricted होते हैं. So according to Taylor's, maximum output is more important as comparative to the restricted output. कि आप कहें बस मुझे ये target है and this is what you have to achieve. Rather than that, you have to go for just you have to maximize your efficiency and output. So development of each man to his greatest efficiency and prosperity. That means everyone has to be involved and get the maximum productivity and efficiency from every individual. So each and every individual has to participate to get the effective, efficient, and productive output. This is what the basic objective of Taylor's scientific management school of thought. Okay, Ji. Now, next one is about Henry Boyle. Again, he's one of the most important person in the management. He's also known as the father of modern management theory. Henry Boyle, 14 Principles of Management, is one of the very famous, what we can say, principles of management, जिस पे आपकी overall management के concepts lie करते हैं, modern management की बात करें. So he gave a new perception of the concept of management. If you want to, this is what his history is. And you can go for it, you can study it. Okay, now managerial approaches. Managerial approaches, one we have studied about scientific approach, another one is about general administrative theory, our approach. So our school of thought. So when Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management, what it is, these are the 14 principles of management. And one by one right now we have to study, and I think so in the next video we will study in detail. Thank you so much. Next video में इसको हम डिटेल में डिस्कस करते हैं. Thank you so much, students.